I'm super excited to be here today and talk about workplace experience in Cisco devices. And I think, when we think about devices and we think about how the world has changed, that we have a lot of data and tools and information that makes the workplace really overwhelming and disconnected. But at Cisco, we want to be the bridge to that and build on that. So you think about, we've been the bridge to the internet, we've been the bridge to voice, we've been the bridge to video, but now we're the bridge to artificial intelligence. And how do we achieve that? With a foundation built for the future. This isn't a patchwork of solutions, it's a unified AI-powered platform, from the comprehensive WebEx suite to the amazing WebEx contact center and the cutting-edge Cisco devices. Every component has AI infused in it for the future of the workplace. And you think about the workplace, we've gone from a world where it's just like, people talking with people, or human communication, right? We walk into a room and we say, hey, what happened in Sydney yesterday? But now there's this people to AI communication, which is a whole new world of how do we communicate with data in a different way. But then the next aspect is AI to AI. And how AI and AI communicate is really, really interesting for the future. And the way we're thinking about it at Cisco is how do we improve every single one of these? We've been working for decades on human to human, and we're adding more and more enhancements in that space. But AI to AI allows us to compound and really increase that value almost 10x and bring that together. So if you think about this, we're going to integrate AI in 3 different layers. We have AI on the edge. With our Cisco devices, we can bring experiences, and we'll go deep into that in a little bit here, but also AI in the cloud. And AI in the cloud allows us to take all this massive data and really bring the computational power of deep learning and large-scale analytics to global levels. But lastly, AI in control, because you guys are the superstars, the IT teams that really manage these devices and scale them. We want to empower you with actionable insights that allow you to make the best decisions moving forward. And I think that's really critical for success as we move into this world where density is important and scale is important. But if we go a little bit deeper into this, we really want to make sure that we can elevate the employee experience, because technology should seem seamless. It should fade in the background. We should be fostering genuine connection. When you think about earning the commute, people don't want to go in the office just to have the same conversations they can have from behind their PC at home. How do we really up-level that and bring those experiences with devices to elevate that is super important and critical. This is where the intelligent device software and hardware comes together. If we can really multiply that human impact, we can make every interaction feel effortless and immediate, no matter where you are. It's about turning technology into true connection. But to go deeper into that, I want to invite a great friend, Vanessa, onto the stage to go deeper into Cisco devices and how we bring that together. Hey, Vanessa.
Hey, Rich.
Great to see you.
Hey.
There you go.
Thank you, Rich. So to deliver that true connection at the edge, we've significantly updated our purpose-built device operating system with a new intelligent engine, RoomOS 26. And it's engineered with 2 key principles: built for connection and simplified for scale. Now, Built for Connection brings new agentic AI capabilities with AI-directed dynamic camera modes for auto cinematic framing, AI-powered audio to remove not just background noise, but voice distractions as well, and an AI note taker in physical rooms to provide summaries and action items with no virtual meeting required. Now, simplified for scaled brings us new admin and control. With zero-touch provisioning in Control Hub, we can pre-stage devices before we even send them out on site, and then anyone can plug them in and they'll auto-configure. And Workspace Advisor creates a room digital twin in Control Hub so you can optimize rooms remotely. Now, we're going to have a look at those in a little more detail. But first, we've also updated the aesthetics and the user experience. And so this is the new RoomOS 26. So RoomOS 26 is our biggest update yet, and it's designed to fit into any workplace. With 12 different colorways, it will complement any of your workspaces. And starting with our default here, Evening Fjord. Now this isn't just a digitally created background. It's actually nature enhanced with AI. The design team took photos of the leaves of the beautiful Kala lily and created this stunning backdrop. And with 12 different color palettes to choose from, you'll find the right one for each of your different workspaces. For you dark mode lovers, we've got Cobalt. And we also have First Light, the lighter background for those that are used to the default RoomOS 11 experience. Now this light option also provides an easy transition, especially when you have a mixed environment of RoomOS 11 and new RoomOS 26. But lots of other colors for you to choose from. Now we've also increased the contrast on the text elements, and that gives better legibility on any background. And now slightly transparent app buttons make the icons more emphasized and they blend in better with any background or wallpaper. The control panels have a new floating overlay when open, so it makes it easier to focus on the controls when you need them. And we've added more rounded edges. And with this increased contrast and transparency, it makes it more appealing and easier to read the text when it's on the screen. Now these several touches and some other slight updates give us an enhanced but familiar RoomOS experience. Now RoomOS 26 also uses the devices to create a digital workforce in your workplace with 3 new AI personas: a note taker, a meeting director, and a workspace advisor. For those of you that leverage the power of the WebEx platform and all its multiple included AI assistants, the AI note taker can become a digital team member in your physical rooms. So say you're having an in-person only meeting and you've got this great conversation going, and 30 minutes in, you wish someone was taking notes. The AI note taker can not just capture the entire conversation, but understands the context. So you won't just get a transcript, you'll get a concise summary and action items. No virtual bridge required, no virtual meeting, nobody taking physical notes, just a RoomOS 26 device and turn on note taker. Now we also, in RoomOS 26, support the facilitator agent in Microsoft Teams rooms. And this will take real-time notes and action items in hybrid meetings, scheduled meetings, and even in the ad hoc meetings. Now the new RoomOS 26 also has a sharing user experience update. Here, you can have instant access to all your wired and wireless sharing options from a new unified dialogue view. This means that you can instantly share between wired and wireless, and with the most comprehensive sharing options available, including AirPlay and Miracast, it means anybody can instantly share at any time. Now we've had some great cinematic meetings views for you to choose from. We've had frames and group and speaker and cross-view speaker track. But if the wrong selection was made, the remote attendees missed out on the best view and might have missed important context. To solve this, we've created an exciting industry first and my personal favorite of the cool new RoomOS 26 capabilities, dynamic camera mode. Now this is powered by the RoomOS 26 AI Director. And the AI Director predicts and adapts in real time It detects who's speaking and understands where reactions are happening, and it reframes automatically. So you get the best view at any time. And as you can see in this image here, it'll switch between group and speaker and frames, cross-view speaker track, and a combination of all of these if that's going to provide the best view. And the great thing is, and Rich told me, RoomOS 26 GA'd this morning. So when you get back to your office, dynamic camera mode is going to be the default view. Now, in addition to making the meetings easier to visually follow, we're also doing this from an audio perspective. We know the most important thing in meetings is clear audio. Now, one of the most distracting things, especially in those large meetings, it's not just background noise, but side conversations. So you're connected to a large room, and there's either a background conversation happening somewhere in that room, or someone's talking loud just outside the door or window to that room. And it makes it really hard to hear who's speaking. Now, this has been a real challenge, but not anymore. By combining the advanced capabilities of AI zones and our Ceiling Microphone Pro, we can create audio exclusion zones. So the microphone only picks up the areas of the room that you want it to, and it blocks out everything else. Let's take a look at this in action.
Hi folks! Have you noticed how background noise and distraction can disrupt meetings? What do you think? Can we fix it?
Yeah, like these guys, right? Let's fix it.
Way better. It's time to remove friction. With Audio Exclusion Zone now available on Cisco Ceiling Mic Pro, you can set intelligent acoustic boundaries and make sure the active speaker's voice always takes center stage.
Let's have a look at how it actually works.
Enabling the feature is really simple. On the Cisco Room Navigator, just tap the settings icon, go to microphone settings, and enable Audio Exclusion Zone. You can even customize the zone so it only picks up voices from the area you choose. Experience meetings the way they were meant to be: focused, professional, and distraction-free with Cisco's Audio Exclusion Zone.
So that gives you a little bit of an insight into the RoomOS capabilities built for connection. What I'd like to do is bring up Rich to talk to us a little bit more about that other key principle, simplified to scale.
Perfect. Thank you, Vanessa. And actually, Vanessa, can you stay here? I think we do some more demos, some live demos, some first-time experiences, but you stick there, we'll go more. But actually, look at Audio Exclusion Zone, for example. I think one of those other aspects that we didn't really think about is audio is the most important factor in every meeting. You can have great video, but if you have bad audio, everything breaks down. So how do we make sure we optimize that experience? The Ceiling Mic Pro was a big step forward there, and I think now Audio Exclusion Zones, we're just adding way more value to make sure that we can get the clear, crisp audio in every meeting. But let's talk about device onboarding, right? You guys have all experienced here where device onboarding obviously creates scale and stalls onboarding experiences. It's manual, it's error-prone. You might be doing deployments at different locations. You're pre-staging equipment in certain aspects. Sometimes config templates changes over time because you might have edits between when you do the initial template to when you actually deploy it later on in the field. It should take minutes, right? It takes days sometimes, this experience. And when you think about these intelligent workplace devices, it's really, really important that we can scale this fast and make sure we bring every space to have intelligence. So zero-touch provisioning is a new feature coming to RoomOS 26. It's a complete game changer because now you can pre-stage everything in Control Hub. You can make sure before the product even lands on site, it's already configured in a workspace. It has the template, it has the configuration, and anyone can plug it in. You can have less tech hands on site, less technical people available all the time. This allows you to scale this in much more different ways. And this time, you can bring devices online in minutes. And it's consistent every single time. And I think consistent is key, right? We want to make sure that the experience we have is consistent. That impact means faster rollouts, 0 errors, no truck rolls, and one standard everywhere in that experience. So super excited about zero-touch provisioning coming early next year to Room S26 devices. If we go further as well, last year we announced the bar for audio with the Sling Microphone Pro. We just saw the audio exclusion zone just now to elevate that even more with new software features. Now we've brought this year, the Cisco Room Vision PTZ camera, which takes that bar even higher. AV over IP, one click to distance zero. And how do we make that real? Is that you get media over Ethernet, you get power over Ethernet, but you also get manageability in Control Hub. And this makes things really, really simple. Now, instead of just talking about it, Vanessa, what if we actually do a live demo? You currently have in front of you a Room Vision PTZ camera that's just out of the box, right? We've just unboxed it. It's right here.
Box. So here I have the new Room Vision PTZ camera. I also have a Cisco switch. And what we're going to do, as Rich said, it's PoE and AV over IP. So I'm going to plug it in just with the single Ethernet cable. Now, once I plug it in, it powers up and starts its boot sequence. It's going to pan, tilt, zoom. It's going to spin around. It's like it's doing a little kangaroo break dance. And what it's doing is it's self-testing and it's negotiating with the codec. So it's actually calibrating to understand where it is, the environment, and what it's connected to. And what it's doing, it's getting ready for those AI-powered experiences. And it uses that single Ethernet cable to carry power, video, the AI-directed camera control, and any firmware updates. And so there's no need for any of those horrible HDMI extenders. So it really simplifies that room design configuration.
So we've gone from having 3 cables now to 1 cable, right?
And
one experience. But also I think one of the features about this device is we put the head-to-tech AI model on the camera itself. So now we're running AI really at the edge all the way through. When it comes online, and I can't even finish my talk track before this is online, so we just have the camera connected, and now there we go, live there, right there. Woo! Hey everyone! Perfect. As you can see, like less than a minute from plugging it in out of the box, it's fully online and connected. That experience is just amazing. But if you actually go into Control Hub, Vanessa, what more do we see?
So it takes about less than 90 seconds to calibrate, and then you'll see the camera is already available here in Control Hub. As easy as that, just one click, and it's all connected and operational.
So now we have this visibility aspect where you can see it instantaneously in Control Hub, and you can make sure that's always online. Right? Cameras in the past, HDMI, it's analog, right? Do you know if it's online or offline? Now we have that ability to drive that experience. Super simple, right? Super easy to do and can scale. So when you think about that, it's three things over one cable. It's media, power, and the ability and control, right? So that really gives you that software and hardware combined experience to really bring that ultimate visibility. You can see every room in real time in Control Hub, detect, prioritize, and fix issues before they spread. You can plan with data and not with guesses. You can standardize the network-aware rooms on one platform, one view, and have confidence at scale. But it's not just about devices in the network that works in sync. We can extend this also to displays when it comes to how do you bring that experience into the room. Now, we've been partnering with a lot of display vendors over the years. And our video bars and room kits seamlessly integrate protecting your investments in visual technology. Through a Cisco partner certification program, we work with major display vendors to ensure plug-and-play performance. So why should you choose a Cisco verified display? Every verified display goes underneath rigorous testing at both Cisco and the partner, making sure we're testing for performance, quality, security. But the most important thing, it has to work out of the box. You have to be able to plug it in and get a consistent experience. So when you connect a Cisco device to a Cisco verified and certified screen, each device will configure itself for optimal latency, color, brightness, saving the AV and IT teams valuable time. Now, if you use Control Hub, you've probably seen a brand new feature last year where now you can see displays in Control Hub. That's an amazing experience because now you can see when an issue goes wrong in the room, the codec might be online, but maybe the display's turned offline. Maybe the cleaning person has gone through there and they found a remote and turned the TV off in that aspect. You can now see that status in Control Hub. But what if we go beyond displays? How can we go even further with Control Hub to the next level? With network-aware rooms coming to Cisco RoomOS 26 devices, you can now connect the new Catalyst 9200X Smart Switch to provide end-to-end visibility for all your peripherals in the room. This means you can get visibility beyond just what you plug into the device directly, but also what you plug into the network around the device as well. You can see what port on the switch those devices are on. You can eliminate all this manual finding and troubleshooting to see, okay, is the switch down? Is the switch working? You can now scale experiences into more aspects as well. You can bring multi-camera experiences to all rooms in this environment. So you eliminate all these manual updates. You bring this unified visibility and central management across your entire enterprise with one click. That's the power of Control Hub. Everything running on one intelligent foundation gives you full visibility anytime, anywhere. But let's go a little bit deeper in Control Hub because there's some amazing features. I know, Vanessa, you have a lot of favorite features for the end user experience, but I do love the admin experience. I think we're doing a lot of aspects there. And just some of the new features we released in the last year are great. For example, remote access. You can now control every device remotely, the displays, the touch panels, anywhere in the world. This is a great experience, definitely for your Microsoft customers out there where sometimes you need to edit certain settings on the touch panel. You don't need people in the room anymore. Your IT team can do a global scale from the comfort of the office in every device, in every space. But smart diagnostics. If you haven't tried it out yet, go in Control Hub today. We just recently GA'd this last month. Now you can go in there and you can see issues and detect patterns over time. And instead of having to go and troubleshoot the issue, Smart Diagnostics will go and analyze support help desk, TAC cases, other instances, and give you recommendations on how to fix the issue directly with one click. So now you can really optimize that experience. But lastly, I think Vanessa is my favorite feature, is workplace ranking. Because workplace ranking is what really, really matters every day. We've all experienced here, right? You walk in the office in the morning, and you're like, okay, I got a report last night that we had an issue in London, or maybe in Sydney. And you think, okay, what do we prioritize? What rooms do we fix first? We go in workplace ranking, and we'll sort all the rooms by the amount of criticality issues. But what makes it super interesting is the feature saying, when's the next meeting gonna happen? You have two rooms, one of them meeting in 1 hour's time, and one of them meeting in 8 hours' time. What do you choose? You choose the one that's gonna have a meeting in 1 hour, so you can proactively fix that. And that's the ability now with workplace ranking, is that you actually get a prioritized stack ranking list of what rooms to fix first. And that's a massive improvement. You get more confidence, your team's more proactive, so when Bob calls the service help desk, it's not, let's look into it. We know the issue, we're fixing it, it'll be fixed by then. And that's an amazing experience. But if we go a little bit deeper now into the next where we're going next, is where you go to the final frontier of IT. And we really partnered with NVIDIA back in 2015, almost 10 years ago today, or more than 10 years ago. And our partnership has really accelerated AI innovation. We've offered unmatched performance when it comes to enterprise-grade security, real-time intelligence, and unlocked a lot of amazing experiences like Vanessa showed earlier when it comes to audio exclusion zones or director experiences. And it really what matters most is how we can elevate these experiences in that room. So what's really that next aspect is the physical space. You can't see what you can't optimize what you cannot see. We can see digital, right? We can see network ports, network switches, cameras. But what about the four walls in the space? How do we make sure the mic coverage covers the table correctly? How do we make sure that the acoustics in the room meet the need of your environment? How do we test those changes before we spread them? How do we make sure that this template will work in the next new build you're doing? So today, we're announcing Workspace Advisor. It's AI at the edge that builds a digital twin for each room right in Control Hub. But instead of talking about it, let's actually do a live demo here and a world's first on a Microsoft Teams root device. But first of all, before we go into that live call, I want to just do a quick chat about what we're doing with this device. Digital twin is going to allow us to really kind of bring this next level experience where we can capture RoomOS 26 and capture an image of the room and create that digital twin in Control Hub. So we can really spot those issues. So first of all, we have a meeting on here, Microsoft Teams meeting. Let's join this meeting here. And it's going into our Cisco Melbourne office. So if you guys here who know Cisco the Melbourne office, you'll probably know this experience, and you'll see people there. Hey everyone, live on stage here at Cisco Live.
Hey Rich.
Perfect.
It's a great room, but right behind there is that main area, and everybody keeps walking past.
Exactly. So just before we joined this call, Room S26 took an image of the room, did an analysis of that advisor, and put it into Control Hub to create that experience. And I think, Vanessa, if we go into Control Hub, what do we really see when it comes to that experience?
So the great thing about this is what Workspace Advisor does is it brings together the live data, some real world context and AI insights, and it can make proactive recommendations. And I bet you can guess what that room's called. It is the Melbourne Cricket Ground.
The best ground in the world.
So if we go into Melbourne Cricket Ground, what you've seen is that the Workspace Advisor has already made some recommendations. It's recommended that we put a Ceiling Microphone Pro in that room for a better audio experience, but it's also recommended that we enable a meeting zone so that we don't get those people staring in from the side there. So if I enable meeting zone, what it's going to do is suggest a meeting zone, and so when I confirm that meeting zone, as easy as that, after a few seconds, you'll see it'll apply to the room. How cool is that?
Look at that. Isn't that super easy? Like, Vanessa completely remotely has scanned the room, configured a meeting zone, and instantly applied a brand new feature in that, improving that experience. Guys, thank you so much in the Melbourne office there. Thank you for taking part.
Thank you.
Cheers, everyone. Thank you. It's so easy, right? It's just, this is the power of the platform and how we kind of really enhance the next level. And no one's ever done that before, right? We're talking about the physical space, but we're not doing it alone. We're open by design. Partnerships give you that choice and flexibility at a high bar. One example is Microsoft. We've been partnering with Microsoft for many years now and bringing Microsoft Teams rooms to our devices. That also runs on Room OS and brings the power of Control Hub and the WebEx platform enhanced with Microsoft ecosystem. But we're also now introducing MDEP support from 2026 for our devices. This really unlocks a whole new level of experience. We're bringing the value of Control Hub, Thousand Eyes, Cisco security and device management, but also Microsoft security experiences as well into a fully end-to-end solution from Cisco and Microsoft. This is a unique differentiator for us in the market. So if we take a step back and we think about all of this, Vanessa, it comes down to three main things, right? How do we make sure we have AI at the edge that can power amazing experiences, not just for the end user, but also for service owners in IT? It's AI in the cloud and how we bridge that experience and really drive that together at the cloud and bring all the value insights at a global level. But it's how do we give you AI in control? And how do we give you that ability that you can be confident in your team and scale? Because at the end of the day, the needs of the meeting room are changing, the expectations are higher, and your team can now be equipped to make sure you bring the best experience to your workspace and your organization. So Edge sees, Cloud understands, and Control acts, connected intelligently and with purpose. And with that, I want to thank you so much for coming. Vanessa, thank you so much for being on stage.
Thank you, Rich.
And enjoy the rest of Cisco Live, and if you're going, enjoy the party tonight as well.
Thanks, everyone.